Happy Friday! Is there anybody there, Tracy? Is anybody there, Tracy? Happy Friday! Happy Friday to y'all! Am I sitting here on my own, or is anybody joining me? Friday live. How are you all? How you doodling? Is anybody there? I don't like starting till at least one person's watching because I just feel stupid talking to myself. Is anybody there? Is it even working? Is it even working? It's Friday the 8th of January and it's a bit cold today. Is anybody there? Is it working? Yes, one person there. I'm not on my own. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. That's that stupid thing I do with my hands. Right, first of all, before we start, can I tell you one thing? One bit of news. You won't be seeing me in my uniform ever again unless I'm visiting you on a professional trip. And that's because I've been in trouble today. I've been in trouble. Well, I've not been in trouble. I've just been told the rules. The rules is the rules, and you don't wear your uniform. You don't wear your uniform. So that's it. That's what happens when you work for a big organisation. They say, no, can't have you doing that. Maybe they're embarrassed to have me associated with them. I'm always in trouble for breaking rules. Anyway, I'm here for you guys. So hopefully you're having a nice Friday. I hope you're all right. Everybody's in lockdown. Everybody's staying indoors. It's been snowing overnight, so I've seen a couple of people with sledges knocking about. So if you can, have some fun with your children, but be really careful on the pavements because the pavements are really slippy. Hi Kirsty, hi Lauren, how are you this Friday? So for a lot of people, I'm guessing it's going to, one day is going to roll into the next if you're on furlough or if you're working from home. It's all a bit strange. I'm looking around at different traffic and stuff. I tell you what, I've been to a farm today. Hi Sharon. I've been to a farm today for a visit and it scares the living days out of me because last year in winter I got stuck on a farm because the road is like dippy like that. The road was a bit dippy, and you know when it's a bit icy and a bit dodgy, and I've got my little Corsa here, right? So I'm thinking I'll be all right. I'm going to get to the other side as long as I just keep going. Well, so I'm like, come on, car. And are you Tracy? Who's there with you, Tracy? So I'm driving like this in my little Corsa last year, and guess what? Hi, Liz. Guess what? A sheep came and sat in the middle of the road, didn't it? On the tarmac and would not move. So then I had to stop for the sheep. And then I couldn't get going. And then my wheels were spinning and I had to get pulled out. So anyway, I'm so grateful that I've got off the farm. But if you don't need to go out today, don't bother. Don't bother. The pavements are well scary. And if you're 9 months pregnant, you don't want to be falling on your backside on a slippy pavement. Any road up. So I'm not allowed to, I don't think things through really. I should know that I'm going to get in trouble. I should know this by now. I've dealt with enough red tape up to now, so it's not going to stop now. Anyway, so I'm not wearing my uniform. I'm not wearing my uniform, nice and cozy. So what that means is I have to get creative and I have to start thinking of other things to wear rather than my uniform. And you know me, I don't do things in half. So I'm going to have to get creative. And already I'm thinking I need to customise my own T-shirts. I thought I can't wear fancy dress because if we're talking about something serious, that's not going to go down well. But I could have some cheery clothes, couldn't I? Some cheery clothes and I can sew my own bits on. And so anyway, I'm going to have a think about that. But today's live, what we were going to talk about, and I thought this was really important to chat about this because It is the beginning of January and last year is gone. 2020, thank goodness, has gone. However, I'm a bit of an oddball because I can honestly say 2020 was both the worst and the best year of my life, because it was the lowest point, but it's been the amazing high point. And the really good thing about going through something really difficult is you can come out of it stronger. And I've learned so much about myself. And to be honest with you, that's why I like doing these lives, because I've been in a really bad place, and now I'm just watching people going past because they're looking at me talking to myself. So I've been in a really bad place, and now I'm in a really good place. And I know that there might be other people that are now going through a not a terrible time, but a difficult time, especially if they've just had a baby. Hey Claire, you all right? Don't we need to just have a catch up with lots of friends that I haven't seen Claire Jones for ages. We need a good catch up. We need a little girls' afternoon in a beer garden somewhere. And we'll talk about dry January in a minute. Anyway, so setting goals. So I'm not talking about New Year's resolutions. I, for one, don't bother with New Year's resolutions. I don't do it. Because I don't know. I just think sometimes you set yourself up to fail, don't you? Because you always have this massive plan about being this amazing person, and then it doesn't work out, and then you feel really bad. So I think it's really good as an alternative to New Year's resolutions to have achievable goals. So they don't have to be like, I'm not going to set a New Year's resolution to be a millionaire, because it ain't going to happen. I'm not going to set a New Year's resolution to invent the next big thing, because it ain't going to happen. Hi, Mia. We all need to have a little catch up. Hopefully it'll be soon. Hopefully it'll maybe be spring, summer. We can all get a big catch up going. Big picnic in the park. Hello. Hope you're all right, Mia. So I think it's really important to set yourself little goals, and they're personal to you. And because I haven't had these lives, I just wing it, to be honest with you. But I try and share with you a little bit of what I've learned, because I've learned so much about keeping your mental health nice and stable, and aiming to be at a place where you feel really happy and comfortable. And, I think it's really important to have somewhere in life that you're going towards, because it really helps you focus on that goal. So in view of the fact that I haven't had a right lot of time to prepare, I've just wanged some bits together that I thought were quite inspirational, and I've just got my notes that I've written down here, so a lot of it I'm just going to read to you, but I've been through it and I've picked out the bits that I think are really, really helpful. So this is from a website called Mind Tools, and it says setting goals gives you long-term vision and short-term motivation. It focuses your acquisition of knowledge and helps you organise your time and resources so that you can make the most of your life. Who doesn't want to do that? So these are all tips that I try and give you that I've learned that are going to put you in a better position in your life, wherever you're at in life, because as human beings, we've got this amazingly brilliant gift and tool to be able to change, grow and adapt. We're all adapting at the moment. We're all just going down in history as being the generation that had to adapt and learn new ways of doing things, learn to be more creative, and learn to look after each other and look after our mental health. So goals, you can set short-term goals, or I always think it's good, me myself, I like to have a 10-year goal, and just think broadly about the next 10 years, about what it is you want to achieve. So if you're in your early 20s, your goal over the next 10 years might be, for example, to save up enough money for a deposit for a house. It might be that you want to do a specific training course. And by the way, just because you're pregnant or you've had babies or you've got young children, and I speak from experience, it doesn't mean that you're not still you. And even though you're a mummy or a new mummy, it does not mean that you're not still you, and you have ambitions and things that you want to achieve and things that will make you feel good and things that you're really good at and things that you can share with the world that you're brilliant at. And one of the faults I think we all have is when we're really gifted and good at something, because we're used to being like that, we just think everybody else can do that. So you might have a special gift or a talent, or it might just be that you're a really good listener. You know, I've had to practice to listen because I talk too much, you know, but being a good listener is such a good quality to have. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be the next Picasso. You know, it might just be that your skill is you can listen to other people and make them feel 10 times better about themselves than they did when they first spoke to you. So 10-year goals, they're your what do you want to do with your life, and then you can break those down into smaller and smaller targets. And you know, you can, a really good thing you can do is write your goals down and sort of give yourself time scales. And I'm going to be talking and showing you little bits and going through things specific to new mummy goals, and because your new mummy goals might be a lot different than my old lady goals, you know, because I've had my children, you know, I'm looking forward to the future, and there's different things that I want to achieve, and new mummy goals might be very, very different. Hiya, Lydia, are you all right? So, setting goals and writing them down helps trigger new behaviour, it helps guide and focus you, and it helps sustain momentum. So it just really tells your brain what it is you want to do and where you want to be. So I'm just going to show you. What was I going to show you? Right, this is the one I found that I thought was really, really sweet. So this is, and it's American, because you can tell because it says, oh no, it doesn't, it says mother. So I'm going to show you this. Can you see? I thought that was really sweet. 10 goals for new mothers. Number 1, learn to trust your instincts. Number 2, learn to ask for help. If you need it, ask for help. Most people are more than happy to help if they can. 3, get enough sleep. We'll talk about that in a minute. 4, be prepared for anything. Because as a new parent, often you're just facing new things all the time. You've just got to be prepared to deal with stuff. 5, learn to laugh. That is the best medicine. We'll talk a bit more about that. Find a rhythm, and I'm going to talk a bit about that and what that means. Get back into shape. Now, this doesn't mean end up like Cindy Crawford in a heyday. You know, you kids won't know who I'm on about, but it was a beautiful model type lady. But get back into shape just in a healthy way. Eating a healthy diet, losing pregnancy weight in a healthy way, and remembering to learn to enjoy every moment, because especially in the first year of your baby's life, even if your baby's only 2 weeks old, if you look back at the photographs of when your baby was brand new born, your baby will already have started to change. So even in 2 weeks, your baby's changed. And I kid you not, once you're a parent, the days roll into the weeks roll into the months roll into the years. And before you know it, I kid you not, right? Come on, oh, my husband's just sent me a message. It just put me off. He knows I'm doing me live. Cheeky monkey. Anyway, where was I at? What was I on about? What was I talking about? He's distracted me now. I can't remember what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Hi, Katie. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Rachel. So I was talking about goals and enjoying everything. I was talking about how much your baby changes. But do you not think it doesn't seem that long ago since like the first lockdown? And we're talking nearly a year. So that year, it's like really appreciating and remembering, and maybe write write a little journal or a diary about your baby's first this, your baby's, and you can get loads of really fancy ones online, or you just make your own, just have a exercise book. One of the things I always notice is my husband has got a really good memory, I've got a really bad memory, and he says, oh, do you not remember when Georgia said this, and do you not remember when she said that, and do you not remember when she sung the words to a song and they were all wrong but they were really funny? And I go, no, I can't remember, but I wish I could remember. Time does fly. So we've got to learn to really, really hang on to those good moments. And it might just be on a Sunday having a walk with your family and thinking, so lovely for us all to be together. You know, if you've got your husband or, kids with you. So, new mummy goals. Right. So, this is what I found. Tips for new mothers. What are these bits here? See, I've printed all these. Oh, hang on a minute. That's what I was showing you about goals. I'll show you that in a minute. But tips for new mothers. Well, so I've been having a little search to find something that's a bit more geared towards two mums. And on here, one of the first things, just like that little list, it says, learn to trust your instincts. Right? Are you listening? Are you listening? Believe it or not, you have motherly instincts ingrained in your being. From the time you became pregnant, these instincts were at work, making sure you did everything necessary to have a healthy pregnancy and to protect your baby. It doesn't change once your baby's born. So even if it's your first baby, mums have this like intuition. Mums do know best. And that's why us as midwives, we really rely on you for telling us, for example, if you're worried about your baby's movements. We don't think you're stupid, like a lot of women think. We're really happy that you share with us. We're really happy that you're sharing with us your concerns, and we do take you seriously. So mums know if there's something that to be worried about. It's built into your nature because you're born to look after your babies. So mums often say, do you know what? I just knew that my baby wasn't feeling very well or whatever. So trust your instincts. Parents helping parents. Now, this is a difficult time because parents, i.e. grandparents. Hiya, Sue. How are you? Busy morning this morning. Been getting stuck on a farm. I didn't get stuck on a farm, not this year. Parents helping parents. So if you're lucky enough to have parents or parent type figures, they might just be older friends. I know it's so hard at the moment because people can't just pop round for a brew, but we have this amazing communication thing going on here. No one cares if you've not got dressed. No one cares if you've not done your hair nice. No one cares. Hi there. No, so get on the phone, get someone on loudspeaker, and I'd be really happy if anybody, any of my family phoned me and said, do you know what, I'm just really struggling. I don't know about this, don't know about that, can you just give me some advice? And I'm sure it's so difficult because parents can't visit their grandchildren, but it doesn't mean that they don't care anymore and they don't want to help. It might take you ages to teach them how to use video calling like it did with my parents. They get it in the end. They get it in the end. It's worlds apart from when they were kids. It's worlds apart from when I was a kid. Right, ask for help. Let's have a look what else we've got in here. Sleeping baby. Get enough sleep. Now you're saying to me, I can hear you laughing now. I can hear you laughing saying she's having a laugh. She's having a giraffe. Well, I'm not having a giraffe because it says here, quick, while the baby is sleeping, go take a nap. Get enough sleep. Right. As a new mum, you'll find that a good sound sleep eludes you on a nightly basis. The goal as a mum isn't to get a full night's rest like the one you were used to. It's to get enough sleep to get you through the day and night. So it is different when you've got a new baby. It's just getting through so you can function, so you can feel all right, So sleep when the baby sleeps. Are you having this? It says here, a newborn can sleep up to 16 hours a day. It does. It says that. It says can. It doesn't say does. It says can. A newborn baby can sleep up to 16 hours a day. Okay. And so, but basically the point is that because we're programmed to sleep at night and be awake in the day, I know because I've done night shifts, and it's really difficult sometimes. You come home from a night shift, you sleep for 3 hours because you're shattered, and then you wake up because it's light. Well, you don't only sleep for 3 hours at night, So it's really difficult. And very often babies are awake a lot at night and then they'll sleep a lot more in the daytime, and that's your time that you need to catch up on your sleep in the daytime. Don't worry about the housework. Don't worry. No, there's no one coming round to visit. Don't worry about the washing. As long as you've got enough clean clothes to get you by the next few days, it's fine. Get a maid up in front of your fire, in front of your radiators. Dry your clothes on. Anyway, what I've put down here is one of the things I do, which I didn't have this. I wouldn't have this for ages, right? But eventually what I did was I went out and I just bought some blackout curtain material. So I couldn't be bothered to sew it into my curtains and all that lot. So what I did was I measured my window and I cut a flat piece out so it's not costing you a fortune to have it all gathered. And then I just stuck with my glue gun. I didn't even sew it on. Stuck pieces of Velcro. I stuck pieces of Velcro onto my window frame on the inside. So when I do a night shift now, I come home and I stick my blackout piece of fabric up, and because it's coated in something, it doesn't fray at the edges. You can just cut it out, and you don't even need to do an edge bit. But that will really, really kid your brain into thinking it's nighttime, and it might just give you that extra half an hour sleep when your baby's sleeping, and a good thing is doing a bit of tag teaming. So if you've got a partner who can say, right, okay, you go, I'm gonna look after the baby's safe, you go to bed for a couple of hours, don't worry. And if you, because it's really hard for new mums, and you just worry, don't you? You worry all the time about your baby all the time, but you've just got to trust your other half, to keep an eye on that baby, just so you can catch up, because even a small amount of unbroken sleep can do you wonders. Anyway, so it says here, find a rhythm. So what we're talking about rhythm is, let me read this to you. It's okay to let chaos exist for a few days. You're tired and all the rest of it. But then it says, begin making notes about when your baby sleeps and when your baby eats, and when you change nappies, whatever. And it says, knowing when these events occur can help you plan out the rest of your day. It'll help you feel more in control of all the new parental responsibilities. And then it says, after 2 months, you may find that you no longer need to write things down. You'll know the rhythm internally and and it'll be part of your routine. So what we mean about that, every baby's different. So all I can remember was when I had my second baby, my first little girl was 4, and she was at nursery. Is it nursery or school? School. I think nursery or school. She went in the afternoons, and so she went to school in the afternoon, and my baby was awake, and then you've got a little one there as well. But when she went to sleep, my baby slept. So I used to have a sleep for a couple of hours about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, it was bliss. And that got me through. So that's what it means about, figuring out your own baby's rhythm. And, different families do it differently, but it's just about making sure that might be your goal. I'm going to make sure that I have a little time in the daytime when it's safe and when baby's safe to just catch up on a bit of sleep. So anyway, I've put on here, I've looked, there's a company called Just Fabrics on the internet. If you put blackout material, Just Fabrics, it's £5.95 a metre. So, it's a no-brainer, honestly. You will just sleep so much better. Sometimes, you wake up in the day and you've got your blackout curtains up and you think it's the middle of the night. But then that happens anyway when you've got a baby, doesn't it? So let's have a look. So I've not got anything else on that. What else was I? A button on there. I'll tell you what else I printed off, which is sort of not necessarily about mums, but about setting. It says how setting goals in 2021 can help deal with uncertainty. And it might actually be more important than ever. So I just found this little snippet. Oh, I've got backpack today. I just found this little snippet of things just specifically about this year and, you know, how we're all feeling. So it says, many of us would usually be setting New Year's resolutions and making plans for the year ahead, but this year looks very different. We can't organise birthday parties, plan holidays, attend festivals, or plan weddings when we don't even have an end date for this pandemic. But we do have some glimmers of hope, let me tell you. We've got a vaccine! So some have hinted at summer, others at the beginning of 2022, but these are only predictions. So we've got to just find new ways of looking after ourselves, looking after each other, and keeping everybody safe. We're all feeling an overwhelming feeling of uncertainty because the future looks so unclear, says Lucy Fuller, an accredited psychotherapist. But looking positively towards the future is a human need to keep us from depression, she says. So making plans and goals for this year is a good way to keep ourselves in good mental health. It's really interesting, isn't it? I'm really fascinated about how the brain works. So it says, have a to-do list on the go. This could be calling a friend once a week, cooking a nice meal every Friday, or planning to spend an hour a day playing with the kids. Even in tier 4, people are allowed to meet a single person for exercise, but we're now on a lockdown, aren't we now? So we just got to make sure we keep updated with what the rules are. So I guess getting out in the fresh air is the way forward when it's safe to do so, and you know, and there's enough space, because even though it's winter, we still get a little bit of sunshine on some days. And if that's the case and it's safe and the pavements aren't slippy, get out and about. Right. There is a tendency to hold our breath and decide to wait until this is over. But for our own mental well-being, we actually need to get on and make contact with others to get out of the house, says Fuller. So if you can safely make contact with people, you know, or even if it's just over, maybe we just need to do more Zoom calling. I'm not good with Zoom. I'm not good. I've got to say, I'm not good with Zoom. It's too complicated. Waiting to get in a room, getting a code. I can't do it. I'm too impatient, aren't I? Right, what else do we have? Oh, this was quite good. This is quite good. Oh, let's see what you're saying. I did the same and got the blackout fabric from the fabric shop in Lancaster Fabrics. Yeah, I think it'll be short, won't it now, Mia? So online's the only way at the moment. Hiya, Sarah. Hiya, Karen. So I've got here, which I thought were really, really sweet, 25 powerful mum goals that will help you build a happy life. It feels quite nice when you're happy. It's a really good goal to aim for, and some of the things you think will make you happy don't necessarily make you happy. Right, the beginning of a new year is the great power it has on so many people. We dare to dream more. We're not afraid to set big goals, and we feel more motivated and energized. Do you feel more motivated and energized? Do you? I do. They may be doing all... Oh, right. Have a look. Fabrics in Lancaster. Have a look on there. We should be using local if we can support them, because Fabrics is a magnificent shop. I might have a look online, Mia, because I need some bits and pieces. Right. One of them is losing weight, being a better mum. Right, so this is this lass who's written this, and I've printed it out too small. I can't even see where it was from. It was from... Can't see who's written this, but it's called 25 Powerful Mum Goals that will help you build a happy life. Being a mum Being a better mum has always been something I aimed for. So not me, her. Especially in the difficult moments when I felt like I'm failing. And it took me a long time to let go of mum guilt and be more passionate with myself. All those struggles and challenges that we face as parents are chances for us to get better, to learn from our mistakes, to become more patient, understanding and supportive, and to be more of the parents we want to be. Also, what others define as a good mother is not necessarily compatible with my personality and abilities. And this is perfectly okay. So we should embrace the fact that we're all different. We all have different things to offer our children. Hi, Danielle. So being a good mum has... Right, I want you to listen. Listen carefully. I shall say this only once. Being a good mum has nothing to do with those perfect standards that we are surrounded by. Once she understood this, accepted who she was as a mum and who she wasn't, and let go of the pressure she was putting on herself, she says her life changed. And I just think that's so much. I keep saying I have yet to meet anybody who's perfect. Honestly, I don't think I've ever met anybody who's perfectly perfect in every way. Hi Danielle. So do you know what? I've said this time and time again. I had my first baby at 17, second one at 21, and I was a rubbish mother. Awful. Do you know what? That awful. I'm thinking of writing a book about it so that you lot don't feel so bad because you think I feel like saying half my visits, I feel like saying you think you're doing it wrong. Well, you should have seen me when I was 17, 18, making it up as I was going along. Gee, goodness me. It was a wonder I managed to get them through into adulthood. Totally Local Lancaster or Totally Local Morecambe are sites for local businesses. Thank you, Mia. Good tip that. I might have a look. I think I have got that Facebook page anyway. So the thing about parenting goals is not about fitting into the standard of what others define as a good mum. So, right, I tell you what, I'm rubbish dealing with the schools. I've always been rubbish. You've got mums there, they're all there doing the homeschooling, they're all there helping the kids. I'm too thick to manage to do my son's physics. The most I learned in physics was how to wire a plug. I can wire a plug. That's as far as it goes. And I know what an atom is and a proton and a neutron and an electron, but I can't, and there's so much pressure and they send them home with homework and, you better, I'm not saying you better, but your kids might enjoy it just as much if you go out and have a snowball fight with them. Anyway, it's easy to get caught up in the everyday struggles and forget to take a step back and focus on building that happy life you dream of. The best solution to prevent your life to become more chaotic and overwhelming is to set goals that can help you stay focused on what really matters to you. So what really matters to you might be totally different than your next door neighbour and what they're doing with their kids, and that's fine. As soon as you'll start to set mum goals and become intentional about working towards your goals, you'll see that your life will become more meaningful and you'll feel more accomplished and happy. And things like, do you know one of the things I remember my Nana teaching me? I remember my Nana teaching me how to make pastry. Oh, and I make good. You know how good my pastry is. But my Nana taught me that, she was probably babysitting and making it. She used to make gorgeous cheese and onion pies. Oh, they were lovely. So anyway, here's how you can implement making your goals. Start by setting your most important intention as a mum for this year. You can sum it up with one word, and these are all just suggestions. You do it your own way. There's loads of resources online you can find about goal setting. But I thought this was really good because your goals as a new mum are going to be so different than those when your child's gone to school. You can sum it up in one word, e.g. calm, connection, or use a phrase to describe it, e.g. I want to be a more patient mum and stop yelling. I want to build a better relationship with my kids. I want to make family time a priority, etc. Then write down a list of goals that you would like to accomplish as a mum. Let's see if I've highlighted it. I've highlighted, look, there's loads of stuff on here, but display that list in your home and help you remain focused on it throughout the year. Right, so we've got here, I'll just whiz through these. There's what did she say it was? 25. It's 25. I'm not going to go through them all. Mum goals, focus on raising happy kids. Number 1, create a daily habit of spending quality time with your kids, even on your busiest days. Number 2, set a daily or weekly unplugged time where you turn off all distractions and just focus on your kids. Number 3, help your kids develop a growth mindset. This is so important to me because this is the stuff that they don't teach them at school. It will have a huge impact on their lives and will help them overcome challenges easier. Number 4, implement family contributions to get your kids involved in household tasks and in a playful way and help them become more responsible. 5, start planning monthly or weekly dates with your kids. Number 6, I like this one. I know, Danielle, you'll like this one. Declutter all your children's toys. This will not only make cleaning up easier for you, but it will help your kids become more focused and creative. Number 7, start a mother and child journal that will bring you closer. This is the best one that I love because I remember being at primary school and we had what you call a news book. And if you ever look over those that kids have done, where you had the date at the top, you had to write the date and then you drew a picture and then you did a few lines under your picture of something that happened that day or whatever. So if you can just get any old kids drawing book or a ring bound book or anything like that and get you and your kids go, what did we do today? Take the pressure off all the things that you have to do, and you create your own plan, and you might set aside a little bit of time for doing the school work and which one in the family is best at helping. You might have older brothers or siblings or sisters that can help younger ones with homework. I like that. Start a mother and child journal that will bring you closer. How lovely is that maybe in my ideal world is you open your book like that and you have one that mum's written on there, mum or dad, and then you have the one on the other side that the children's done. And I kid you not, you look back at this time and you can write lockdown and words like that maybe in 5 years' time we're not going to be saying lockdown, we're not going to be saying tears, we're not going to be saying everything's gone bonkers and we can't go anywhere and social distancing and all that lot. Maybe we're not going to be saying all that. Hi, Laura. So a journal will encourage your kids to open up to you. So as well with a journal, maybe they put something in there that you need to chat through, that they find it difficult and something that's worrying them. Also, number 8, implement daily routines for your kids. 9. This would never do in our house. Number 9, start a no yelling challenge. Start a no yelling challenge. Do you know what? I'm not even going to do that in our house. I know we might go a day no yelling challenge. My husband's got a really loud voice. He says, I'm not yelling, I'm speaking with passion. That's what he says. Number 10, implement positive parenting and use gentle solutions for everyday parenting challenge. Now I'm going to read this because I want to know. This is a life-changing goal that can make a huge difference in your life. For me, this woman, using positive parenting has been the best decision I made as being a parent. It can make parenting a lot easier and enjoyable for you, and it will impact your child's life in so many ways. Hang on, it says here, you can find many positive parenting tips online, but if you're looking for a step-by-step approach to help you become a perfect parent, and it says here, it says check out, I've not read this bit, but I thought it was quite helpful. Check out the Peaceful Parent Happy Kids online course. I suppose it's worth a look, but I don't know whether it costs you anything. It's the best course you'll ever find about peaceful parenting, and I'm sure it will help and inspire you a lot. It's worth a look, isn't it? Gentle's so much nicer than, you know, aggy, isn't it? Getting mad. Getting mad don't make anybody feel good, does it? Start planning regular family meetings. So regular family meetings, right, so you don't have to actually plan a regular family meeting, but we do it every day in our house, and it's not actually a family meeting. It's basically we all sit round the table to have our tea together, so we can say, right, what have you done today? What have you done, son, today? How's your day been? And then it's just a little bit of a way to catch up. It's usually when I tell my son he needs to pull his finger out at school. Right, so that's that one. What else were we going to talk about? 10 goals. Successful mother. Oh, so these are a couple of quotes here. Right, mistakes in goal setting. Can you see? Well, I'm going to read it to you because I don't think you could. Oh, you might be able to see that there. Mistakes in goal setting. Too big. Too many. Not specific. Not written. Right, so there you go. Write your goals down. So you must write your goals down. And I like this one as well. Oh, let me get the angle right. People with goals succeed because they know where they're going. So, writing them down is really, really proven. Let's see if I can ring them back. Oh, I'll have to answer it. Just a minute, just a minute. Hey, Mel. Yeah, if I've not got one, yeah. You haven't got one though. Right, that's all right. Bless you. All right then. First on with, yeah, it's fine. Okay, love. All right, Chuck. All right, bye, bye. I dare not answer it. It's my boss. Can you work? Can you work? Yes, I can work. Yes, I can work. Yes, I can be on call. Right, so writing your goals down, it tells your brain where you're going. So it's your subconscious brain as well. You need to tell it what it's doing, where it's going, what, you know. And one of the other lives I'm doing along the way, I talk about the reticular activating system. So we'll talk a little bit about how having something to focus on and what you put into your brain subconsciously helps guide you towards what you're focusing on. And I like this one as well. So this one says, successful mothers are not the ones that never struggled. They are the ones that never give up despite the struggles. How lovely is that? How lovely is that? And I've made a few mistakes in my life, I tell you. Right. Choosing your tribe. Choosing your tribe. Right, okay. Has anybody ever heard this saying, your tribe? You've seen me get out this book before, and I know it's back to front because it's my book, The Chimp Paranoid. The Chimp Paradox by Dr. Steve Peters, The Mind Management Program for Confident Success and Happiness. So just a tiny bit out of here, and he basically calls the tribe the troop. So basically this book tells you how your brain works, and it tells you about the different parts of the brain and how they work. So you've got, he calls it the human brain, which is your logical thinking brain that reasons things through, but you've also got kind of a primitive brain that tends to act first, sometimes a little bit irrationally, and how that works. So he just basically is so good at explaining about why people behave how they do. So it's saying the purpose of the troop or tribe. What is a troop or tribe? The troop is a small band of people. These people will help, nurture and develop you, but most importantly, you can trust them to stand by you and protect you. This doesn't mean that they will always get it right and never let you down. However, when your back is against the wall, they will always stand with you. So the way I interpret this, your little tribe is the little group of friends. So I mean, some people are just friends with absolutely everybody, but generally people usually have a little small group of friends and it's usually people that they really get on with, and it's usually people that make them laugh, and they always have a good time when they're around them. So your little tribe of people are those people that you feel good around. So that's pretty much how you know you're choosing your right group of friends. So, you know, if you go and see somebody that's in your little tribe and say you've got a problem, and then they say, well, you know, for number one, they listen to you, and number two, they just help you work through it, you know, because they care about you, and they want you to be happy, and you can feel the good vibes off people that are in your tribe. Now, where I went wrong in life, I've always been a bit weird, and I've always been a bit of an outcast. You'd never believe it, would you? You'd never believe that I've always been a bit weird. Well, I was a weird child because I was really quiet. I was really quiet, and I just never, ever, ever fit in. And you know those little group of, well, it was a group of girls, because girls and boys just used to play on their own, didn't they, when you were little? So there'd always be a little group of girls, especially at secondary school, that they were just, everybody liked them. They were popular, they were pretty. All the boys liked them, and all the girls wanted to be them, and all the girls wanted to be in their little tribe. And here's me, Little Miss Ordinary. Little Miss Ordinary I was, with some very, very, very questionable haircuts, I tell you. And you're always like, oh, I just want to be in their gang. I just want to be in their gang, and I want everyone to like me. So that is a need. You want to feel that you belong, but they were never my tribe. The people that made me laugh were the other weirdos that no one was friends with. I'm not even joking. They were. And I always sort of resisted against that, because I thought, you don't want to be seen. I'm weird enough. I don't want to be seen with any other weirdos. And do you know what? I remember going on school trips and stuff, not at secondary school, at college. So there was it was art college up at Stories in Lancaster. So I went there, and there was it was a trip. Was it a trip? We went on a trip to Amsterdam, and I didn't have a little buddy. All the lads were going off on their own, and I think it was 2 or 3 girls that were there. They were all like in their little group. They had their tribe, and I just never, ever, ever fit in. And you always want to fit in, don't you? Hi, Rachel. Hi, little Melissa. Hope you're all right. So you always feel like you're a bit, you always think, what's wrong with me? And it was just because I was kind of resisting my own tribe, and you're attracted to the people that you're attracted to, and you know that if those people are the ones. So now I know better. So my really close friends are the ones that are actually, one of my closest friends now, she was at college with me. She was at art college with me, but she left after the first year. She left me all on my own. B, you left me. Oh, I tell you what. You know where the train station is? Right, well, it's houses now, but across the road from the railway station in Lancaster, that building there was part of the art college, and it was the pottery department. And every, whatever it was, Friday afternoon or something, you got to go over there and make pots. Well, me and my mate B, we used to, she's dead arty as well, we used to get on Potter's Wheel. Potter's Wheel. That's my latest thing. I've decided I want Pottery Wheel. Oh my God. I hope she's going to watch this back, because this is so funny. Because you know what it's like, a Potter's Wheel like that. You get your lump of clay in the middle, right? And you to get it centered, you have to have your hands still like that, and you pull it up like that, and then you push it down, and you pull it up, and you push it down, and it's so you get the clay exactly in the middle. But you can imagine when you're going like this and it's going up like that, it kind of you know, girls at that sort of age, it just all ended up in fits of laughter. But it was, I can't help just absolutely holding that memory so close. And my mum's got one of the little coil pots that I made. I was really good at it as well. Me and B, oh, good memories. But she's now my tribe. But then she, you know, she was a bit of a loner, and, you know, she didn't fit in with the other girls as well. So I don't know why I resisted, because some of my closest mates now are weird. Well, you seen who Zoe, the other midwife, who went, I love her to bits, because she's one like me. She's a weird one doing daft things, but I just love her for it. And she, when we went for that bay swim, I got there and I just laughed at her. She's there and she takes this thing off, and she's got this yellow flowery hat on like this, and she takes off this big coat and she's got this stripy bikini underneath it. And I just laughed my head off, and she's laughing her head off. Oh, it'll be all right. She's got this Scottish accent, hasn't she? Yeah, going in. And you know, if you watch that video back of me going in the bay, right, the little girl with the hood on, that's Zoe's daughter. And I've said it before. Do you know what made me go in? I'm like, oh, and I got to the water, and you see me doing this and putting my head in my hands, right? And I go like this and like that, and I thought, I can't do it. Zoe's not there. She was already in. She was straight in. So Zoe's daughter came marching over like this, and I thought, oh, you got to be careful, social distancing. And do you know what she said to me? She said, my mum's only got a bikini on and she's just gone in. I thought, right, you can't have a, however old she is, 8 or something, 8-year-old telling you you're a big baby, get in the bay now. So that's why I went in. Oh, excuse me, it hurt. It hurt my hands and it hurt my feet. Anyway, and we digress. So we're talking about tribes, and, you know, now more than ever, let go of people that don't offer you anything. Don't try and be friends with people because they're cool with other people or whatever. You'll know your tribe that you love. You know, people do it all the time. Little tribes of people all over the place that you know, it's different. I would never leave anybody out. You know, I think that's horrible if you're in a group situation and there's somebody left out. You should always include people, because if people are left out, it's probably because they're the weirdo like me, like I was at school, never fit in anywhere. And I tell you what else, I went on a school trip at art college down to London. And I was pregnant at the time. I was only 17 and I was pregnant. We went down to London for a college trip, an art college trip. And I just ended up on my own. I thought, boring being me, innit? Boring being me. So I just remember going round the... Do you know what I remember? I don't remember any of the landmarks. I remember going round the Spitting Image Museum with two lads. You know, because they went, let me tag along with them because I was just on my own. So this tribe business, it's a serious business. So rather than trying to, I think you get what I'm saying, but rather than me trying to explain who your tribe is, you're a good bunch of people that fill you up and make you happy. That's basically how I can describe it. But these quotes are probably 5 billion times better than I am about describing who your tribe is. Right, this is really good. If you want to know who your tribe is, speak your truth. Then see who sticks around. Those are the people who get a spot in your blanket fort. So, at the moment, my resolution for the rest of my life is just be me. I'm happy being me. I'm satisfied with my lot. And I quite enjoy being little weird me. Don't need a massive tribe. I've got my little tribe. I've got my group of friends who I know I can go to. You know, if I need a shoulder to cry on. So, this one as well I liked. Surround yourself with people who add value to your life. who challenge you to be greater than you were yesterday, who sprinkle magic into your existence, just like you do theirs. You do to theirs. Life isn't meant to be done alone. Find your tribe and journey freely and loyally together. There you go. Let's have another one. Let's have another one. Surround yourself with people that reflect who you want to be and how you want to feel. Energies are contagious. So we're going to talk a little bit about energy and how energy and vibrations affect you. This, I've got to show you this as well, because I thought that was really sweet as well. So I'm going to read it. Find your tribe. You know, the ones that make you feel the most you. The ones that lift you up and help you remember who you really are. The ones that remind you that a blip in the road is just that, a blip. And the ones that when you walk out of a room, they make you feel like a better person than when you walked in. They are the ones that even if you don't see them face to face often, as you'd like, you see them heart to heart. You know, that kind of tribe. Who's your tribe? It's snowing now. It's a bit nippy now. And this is sweet. This is sweet. I like this. This is me, Zoe and Sarah getting ready to go in the bay. Your vibe attracts your tribe, which leads me beautifully onto energy and vibrations. So this is pretty tricky for me to explain. So a bit later on when I've finished work, I'm going to put up a couple of YouTube videos that can describe energy, frequency and vibration much better than I can. But there's this guy here. That's what their YouTube thing looks like. And this guy's called, can you believe it? Joey Yap. This guy is really interesting guy. He's pretty funny. And some of that YouTube clip, I think it's about 10 minutes long. Some of that YouTube clip is a little bit tricky to get your head around. But you'll get the general gist of it. Which basically says that, and when you know when people say somebody's, oh, you're spoiling my vibe, or I'm really you're low vibe, or you high vibes and all this lot. People tend to say that as a bit of a figure of speech. So you've probably heard people saying that. However, when you start reading more about things like the law of attraction and vibrations and frequencies, it just gets a whole lot more interesting. And the premise really is around the fact that everything in the world, everything is basically energy. And it makes sense because, you know that from school. You remember them telling you that everything is made up from atoms. So everything is made up from atoms. So all, the atoms with the protons, electrons and neutrons, everything is made up of these little tiny atoms. And everything vibrates and everything gives off energy. So it is an actual thing. And it's sometimes really hard to get your head round. But he says, Joey Yap, he says that there's basically 4 different areas of energy and vibrations. One's heaven, earth, man and spirit. And he calls spirit your higher intelligence. And he talked a bit more about that. But this young lady, I'll put this one on as well. She's called Lavender. Oh, I don't know whether that's a real name or that's a YouTube name. That I found was most helpful. That YouTube clip is really, really, really easy to understand. And you can see it says 12 ways to raise your vibration and frequency. And what they basically say is, like, low vibe is what you think. Low vibe is more of a depressed mood, feeling low. High vibe is when you're like really happy, really on top of the world, moving. And so that clip there basically tells you all about ways that you can higher your vibration. And if you believe in the law of attraction, attract all good things to you. But just one of the things I found absolutely fascinating is the first thing she says, you can increase your vibration is by eating good food. And she actually tells you the numbers that different foods vibrate at, so what their frequency and vibration is. And so it tells you things which coincidentally, actually, the foods that have the highest vibration seem to be the foods that are really good for you, like fruit and superfoods, and the ones that are really bad for you, like the processed foods and stuff like that. So ways to raise your vibration: foods. I'll read you the ones that I've got. Essential oils, and she says this is what happens. Essential oils do lift your vibration, lift your mood. We already know this. Practicing gratitude. So being grateful for things can really help. We know it can help your mental health. We know it can help make you feel better. And having an attitude of gratitude can really help snap you out of getting stuck in a bit of negative thinking. And for example, we turn on I'm rationing my news watching for the day, because there's teachers that are complaining about worrying about kids going to school. There's parents worrying about kids going to school. There's people worrying and complaining about what Boris has done. There's people worrying and complaining about what everybody's done. There's all that stuff that's in America. There's all that stuff that's in America going on, which is just fills me with such sadness. And you can say, oh my goodness, isn't it awful? It's January, everything's awful. We can't meet our friends. We can't meet our friends. We can't do anything. We can't go out for a meal. We can't go out for a meal. We can't have fun anymore. We can't do anything. The weather's awful. Or you could say, I am so grateful that I live in a country with the most amazing scientists. We've got the vaccine. We've got the vaccine. And I know in places like France, they're really struggling to roll it out quickly. So even though everybody's slagging everybody off, everybody's awful, everything's really bad, everything's gone wrong. And that Joey Yap talks about those people who are often stuck in that negative, low vibe sort of cycle of everything's wrong, nothing's right, But, at the beginning of the year, if somebody said, do you know what, by the end of it usually takes however many years to get a vaccine, but we're going to do it. We're going to smash it out of the park in December. Everybody would have been happy. But it's like, sometimes I feel like us as human beings, we're just never happy. We've got some light at the end of the tunnel. We're rolling out with the vaccine. Fingers crossed. We just need to follow the rules and stay safe and hang in there. I'm grateful that we've got a potential way out, that we can look after our more vulnerable people in society, that we just got to hold on for a bit longer. Don't stress too much about all the things that you think you need to do for your kids. Let's just all get through this together. If you can help them with the schoolwork, that's brilliant, but you're doing a really good job keeping them safe and feeding them. Aren't we lucky that we've still got supermarket staff that are still going to work and putting their lives at risk to serve you food so that we can have fresh fruit and veg? Aren't we lucky that we can just drive there, fill our bags up, no problem, and have fresh fruit and veg? Aren't we lucky that we live in a country that we have enough food? Aren't we lucky that we've got social media? Aren't we lucky that we've got Wi-Fi so that even, we can speak to somebody on the other side of the world over the Wi-Fi? That's amazing. So we have it just depends how your thinking goes, and it doesn't make you feel good being low vibe and just seeing the dark side all the time. I know there's some really, it's easy for me to say that, and there's some really, really difficult situations for some families, but we just got to try and hang in there, haven't we? So other ways to raise vibrations, crystals is on her list, and I've had a look into crystals, and it's to do with their vibrations, and it's to do with their vibrations. But I want to learn a bit more about crystals, because I'm not one for just taking it at face value. I've got to find out what this all means. Drinking water. We all need to drink more water. It gives us mental clarity. Meditate's on that list. Performing acts of kindness. For performing acts of kindness, it really does. It will make you feel better, and it doesn't have to be expensive. It's just being thoughtful. And moving, dancing, actually moving can raise your vibrations. Seeing beauty in nature. Breathe deeply, and it gives your body more oxygen. It's got a calming effect, helps you feel centered, and a lot of the meditation focuses on your breathing. And what I was going to show you was this. I've put this, so at the beginning of the year I ordered this, so it's a fancy rose gold planner. I've showed it you before, and it's got each day set out. It's got loads of stuff in it. I really like it. Law of Attraction roadmap and all that lot, but it's got little things that you can do to really help improve your emotional state of mind and vibration. So it's got this, so I photocopied this, and I'm sorry the little depressed man at the end got missed off, but let me show you, and you can have a look at that. But it's more or less like that thing I did, with the how you're feeling, high up here, high on life, or really low on life. So this here, it's basically got a curve going from that one, which is bliss, right at the top. So you've got bliss at the top, enthusiasm, hopeful, frustrated, blame, angry, depressed. So you're vibrating the highest up there. Joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, appreciation, and then going down, passion, enthusiasm. And right down at the bottom, where you vibrating at your lowest frequency, is where there's fear, grief, depression, powerlessness, victim. So what I really liked about this is it tells you all the different things that you might experience in a state of bliss right at the top. Joy, freedom, love, appreciation. And it goes down. And so maybe some of these you might be suffering from around about here. So we've got here frustrated, and under there we've got impatience and boredom and pessimism. So if that's you, because we're locked down, let's try and get it up here. Let's try and push it up to hopeful. So it's got some, if you can just, I don't know whether you can see it on the one that I copied, but it's got affirmations where, try and push yourself up into a hopeful state if you're in a frustrated state. And these affirmations: I love something. The past has no power over me anymore. Every day and in every way, I get better and better. I follow my heart and my dreams no matter what. I am deeply fulfilled with who I am. Some people might say, well, that's just hippie mumbo jumbo, but I've been trying to follow the teachings of other people, and I'm really happy, so I just think you can either sit round and do nothing, or just try and get yourself to a place where you feel really fulfilled. And over and over again I read things like money and materialistic things don't necessarily make you feel happy. It's I'll tell you what I was going to tell you about. It's your sense of purpose. So I honestly believe that nobody comes into the world a bad person. I don't believe that people are born bad people. I really don't. I think it's life experiences, especially as a child, that help shape them, and beliefs and values that they learn over a period of time are what shapes them into somebody who's not as nice as you'd like. But I did have a book here, and I tell you what I'd recommend to you. Right, okay, so what's changed with me since the end of last year? And I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to be unapologetically me. And if people don't like me, I'm not bothered anymore. I'm not. One time I would have been bothered, but I'm not bothered anymore. I do the things that I like to do, you know, carry on getting told off at work for things that I shouldn't do. And, you know, I try and get it right, but I don't always get it right. And I do care about you lovely ladies, and that's why I do this, because I want to share with you. But the reason I started making more stuff is that's what I do. I've always done that. I've always been a creative person. I've always enjoyed doing stuff like that. And so, hey presto, that's what I was meant to do. I was meant to create things. So I should do more painting, I should do more drawing, I should do more making, I should do more wall murals at the hospital, and that's why I'm going to do it, you know. And it does, I feel the best that I've felt, I feel the best and the most emotionally stable that I have done for the last 5 years, and it's amazing. And working on yourself is so worthwhile, and wherever you're at now, even if it's a terrible place, things can get better. You know, even if you're in a good place, things can get even better. You know, there's always somebody else you can help, somebody else you can share your talent with or your gift. And we've mentioned it before, you might be amazing at listening. You might be amazing at teaching. You know, I'm rubbish at teaching, by the way. So I came across this book that I bought quite a while ago, but I would recommend it to anybody. These are strange times, so if you've lost your job or you're looking for a new venture, this book, and I know it's the wrong way around, but it's called Strengths Finder by Tom Rath. Right, so that book, I can't remember how much it was. I bought it a long time ago. It says $22.95, so I don't know, maybe it's about 15 quid or something. So have a look. There were a few. Make sure it's the one by Tom Rath, Strengths Finder 2.0. So this book, basically you buy this book and it gives you a code. Oh yeah, that's it. So in the back there you get a code. It's sealed, so you get your little code like that. So you get your little code that you scratch off like a little scratch card, so you can only use it once. And you sign in to www.strengthsfinder.com, and you put your so it's only valid for one user. So basically that will take you through a questionnaire. So it's quite lengthy, but it takes you through a questionnaire. And look at the front of this book. In the end, it gives you can't really see it, can you? It gives you a list of your top 5 strengths, which is amazing. And by doing that questionnaire, like, it's probably telling you something that you already know, but by answering the question, you go, yeah, that proper questionnaire. And it's you know, that questionnaire has brought out some things that I kind of suspected I was good at, but I didn't dare to say. So I've got I wrote my, I don't know whether you can see it. I wrote in my top 5. Do you want to know what my top 5 are? And I never even knew what this was. Number 1, ideation. Ideation. Never heard of that word. But I think it means that you have ideas. And then number 2 was futuristic. Number 3, which I'm so pleased about, is empathy. Empathy. I'm so pleased that my number 3 skill, top 3 skill, is empathy, because I like to think that I can really help other people and feel what they're feeling sometimes. Number 4, strategic. Number 5, communication. So I'm really pleased communication's in there, because if you're a healthcare professional, you need to be good at communicating. Right, so what this book has in it is basically, it's got the 34 themes. So it's got all these themes. So whatever your strengths come out at, like what's my ideation 113. So then you look up your thing and it'll basically tell you all about yourself. So, it says here, ideation. You are fascinated by ideas. What is an idea? An idea is a concept, the best explanation of most events. You are delighted when you discover beneath the complex surface of blah, 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 blah. So anyway, you get me, don't you? So so that if you're sort of scrambling around, you don't really know what you want to do with yourself, so that is a really good book if you want to do a bit of self-development and you want to know where you're going in life. That is well worth the cash, and so interesting, because it gives you suggestions of things like jobs that you might be good at, and and I believe everybody has such a unique set of skills that will make them brilliant, and I believe everybody is super duper brilliant in their own special way. And with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. I want to show you something. Brought him out to see you. Right, Florence, my bunny. Right, this is, Bailey, my doggy, ate my dolly's face, so I've had to order some more material for the dolly's face to have a go at that, but that's really difficult. I'm absolutely determined. I'm determined to get that dolly right, and I want to make a dolly because I've never been any good at knitting, so I'll see if I can do sewing. But I made little Harry, out of a pair of fluffy socks. I did have 2 pairs of fluffy socks, brand new at Christmas, but one of them I had to wear after me swim because it was freezing. So I'm going to introduce you to Harry's not finished, but that's Harry. That's little Harry. Look at his little feet. Little Harry. Hi! That's little Harry. How do you like Harry? I don't know what I can use for his nose. I think you're supposed to use felt, but I haven't got any black or grey felt. I'll have to have a little hunt. But, the other one I made, it was like, that was the sock, and then you sewed it up the middle there. Well, this sock, it's from there, and I sewed it underneath and stuffed it and put a thingy round his neck, tied round his neck. Right, but I had to use the other sock to make his legs, because otherwise he just would have been Stumpy Harry. We couldn't have that. So the ones on that YouTube don't have they're more like that. It's all more of one thing, but I like him with his little arms and his little legs. Right, Harry, you're gonna say bye-bye now. You're gonna say bye-bye. 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 I hope that Bailey don't get you, because he's going to pull your ears off, isn't he, if he gets hold of you. But these were only cheap socks, Just a set, like the bed socks you can get. Proper cute. So Harry's lovely and soft. I just need to... I was thinking about making him a set of dungarees, but I'm not sure I'm at that level yet. But he's cute, isn't he? I've got to sew his eyes in. He needs a little bow. I'm not going to put flowers on his head, I don't think, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm just waffling on now. Look, I've got bad hair again. And I'm nice and warm with my big coat on, and I'm going to get thinking about what I'm going to be wearing for my lives, because I'm not allowed to wear my uniform. Not allowed to wear all that. It's upsetting everybody. So I better not get myself into any more trouble. Oh, look at Harry. Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? Right. Bye-bye. Bye for now. Look after yourself. Have a lovely Friday. Take care. I'm looking forward to our wine alcohol tasting next Friday and talking about all the issues to do with alcohol. I found some really interesting information. But for now, speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Take care, everybody. Look after yourselves.